about ABA. I'm a BCBA.
And I'm a BCABA.
Today we are going to talk about how to become an RBT, which, you know, we've both been, obviously. So, here goes nothing.
If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram at all.about.aba.
Like this video, comment down below any thoughts you had, or if you have any questions or need advice, please, we're always here to help.
According to the BACB's website, there are 3 steps to becoming an RBT: meeting the eligibility requirements, applying, and then passing the exam.
So what are the eligibility requirements? You have to be at least 18 years of age, have a high school diploma, complete a 40-hour course training, pass a background check, and complete a competency assessment.
So if you're 18 or over and you have your high school diploma, then you need to get a background check done. So you can either do this through a company that you're going to work for, that you already work for, or you can go and get one yourself.
Sometimes the company that you work for will have like a recommendation of places that they use. And typically this background check involves like, you know, information like your date of birth, your social security number, and most times you get fingerprinted. And all of that information goes into like a database, and Medicaid, which is one of the insurances that a lot of people work with, will have this in their system, as well as all the other insurances, just because they want to make sure that you're not like a killer.
You're a criminal, a felon,
you know?
Working with kids and high-risk people. So.
Exactly. So the 40-hour training is very useful. It's going to help you in passing your RBT exam, which is one of the last steps.
It goes over the basic principles of ABA, like data collection, functions of behavior, just a lot of things you're going to need to know for the exam and also for when you actually start working in ABA.
As far as like recommendations for 40-hour trainings, there's so many different companies out there that provide it, and honestly it just depends on your preference and what's most useful to you. So some are like self-paced and some are not, so it's just up to you really. But pretty much anyone you choose, I feel like, will prepare you for the RBT exam. They're pretty well done.
So the final step under the eligibility requirements is getting your initial competency assessment done. So you need to get this done by either a BCBA or a BCABA. So either of us can do it for you. I'm just kidding. In the competency assessment, your BCBA or BCABA is going to go over a bunch of stuff on the list. You can actually find that on the BACB's website, and we'll link that down below. It goes over things that you will be doing with your clients, and you'll either practice them with your BCBA or BCABA, or they'll just quiz you on like definitions and like maybe give you hypothetical situations or have you rehearse it.
So your options on the competency assessment include either role-playing with a client or like interview style. And those are the 3 types. There is a minimum number to meet that you have to do with the client. So it definitely helps you kind of like get to know certain techniques before you actually have to use them with the client. So it's really nice. It'll definitely prepare you for the field. After you've met all the eligibility requirements, you've checked off all these things off your list, the next thing left to do is to apply. So how do you apply? You go to www.bacb.com and you click on the RBT tab and you create an account. If you don't already have one, you have to create an account. After you create an account, it's pretty easy. Like they make it very simple to follow like the instructions on like how to apply. And then you create your application, you submit it, you have to pay of course. Once you pay, they'll send you an email letting you know whether they approved, denied, or need further information from you, or to like edit something on your application. After that, then you'll get another email either from them or from Pearson, and they'll let you know whether you can come in and take your exam, and you would choose a location closest to you to go and take the exam. You said you must study, make sure you get those terms down, and after you do that, you can take your exam and you get your results the same exact day. So as soon as you're done taking your test, you walk out, they hand you a paper, and you know whether you passed or not.
So once you're done, you pass your RBT exam, now you need to maintain your RBT credential. And you do this by getting enough supervision, which is 5% for RBTs per supervision period. So in 1 month, you need to get 5% of the hours that you work supervised. And then after that, you have supervision, and then you have to follow the ethics guidelines. So make sure you're following the code and working ethically always. And then the last thing to do to maintain is by recertifying every year. So yearly, you're gonna have to renew your RBT certification by going to the BACB's website and paying a recertification fee.
You'll have to do a competency assessment every year, and this is helpful because it helps you make sure that you're staying up to date with all of the terms and the knowledge and techniques in ABA to perform your job to the best of its ability. Your BCBA will sign off on that, and then you can go ahead and reapply to maintain your certification.
The BACB is going to send you an email about 45 days before your certification expires, reminding you to renew it. So you're gonna have to make sure that you get your competency assessment done and reapplication done before then, or else your certification will expire and you will not be able to work with clients until you're able to renew it. So they do have a grace period sometimes, but sometimes they're not as lenient, so you need to be really careful about that.
And there's a late fee, so.
Yep, and there's a late fee, so. Punishment, am I right? So if you do all those things, you're good.
If you're an RBT or an aspiring RBT, please go ahead and like this video.
Ring the notification bell, and don't forget to subscribe so you can get more content like this.
And comment down below any questions you may have or anything that might be a little unclear for you. And as always, stay on your best
Or worst behavior.